Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bahashim, Rakha HaKodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. This is Jah Hanan Nawaf. It's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is an article in the Daily Mail, and just to show how America is falling, and how the so-called white race is, falling, from their throne, so to speak. It says Supreme Court to rule on if it should be harder for white and straight people to prove discrimination at work. And we know they're not white. They don't look like a glass of milk. They're actually pinkish to reddish in color, and their actual nationality or biblical nationality is they're Edomites. They come from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. And they are that son that the Lord hated, and still hates to this day. And they've, run throughout the earth, rape, robbing, and pillaging everything. And now they're just reaping what they've been sowing for the past 5 or so centuries, even longer than that in some cases. But they're not being treated like how they used to be treated. So it says a straight white Ohio woman is accusing her workplace of discrimination against her by giving preferential treatment to her gay and male coworkers. But she's, but Esau don't be playing no damn games, bro. They'll take shit all the way to the top, to the Supreme Court, man. She really feels like she's wrong. Marlean Ames, 60, has filed a lawsuit against the Ohio Department of Youth Services, claiming that she was passed over for a promotion and then demoted from her job because she is heterosexual. Yeah, that would be something to prove there, baby. Let me see, though. They do have a picture of the so-called gay lady. And, a so-called black lady at that. Matter of fact, here she is right here, right? This is the person that I guess that supposedly took her job. So, she's really pissed. My goodness gracious, bro. 2017, the seasoned employee was assigned a new supervisor, H.I.M, a gay woman, pictured. Boy, I tell you, Jake is through. Anyway, but more than likely, this lady, she's probably tight about not only this lady being so-called gay, but really she's probably more tight about her being a so-called black woman. These white people, they not having it right now, man. They really are feeling as if, I'm not sure if this is her. I don't think this will be her though. She don't look like. She doesn't appear to be 60. They may not even have a picture of this lady in here. Anyway, I like to kind of try and get a look at who we're kind of dealing with. But anyway, she's 60 years old. She filed the lawsuit. She was first employed by the federal department in 2004. A decade later, was promoted in 2017. The seasoned employee was assigned to a new supervisor. Okay, so that H.I.M, the so-called gay lady, the so-called black woman, is the one that was put over her as a new supervisor, who further reported to Assistant Director Julie Warburn, a straight woman. She claims that this was the moment in her career that things began to go downhill for her. According to the court documents, she applied and was interviewed by the Department of Bureau Chief, but she was rejected. She claims that Trim congratulated Ames on 30 years of public service, but also suggested that she retire in an interview after the rejection. This role was ultimately given to Yolanda Frierson, a gay woman. So this is another so-called gay person. Furthermore, the lawsuit alleges that 4 days after being congratulated for her services, Warburn fired Ames from her job and asked her to return to her old position. Yeah, that's some shit that you really can't be doing there, I don't think. 4 days later, Warburn and Human Resources Administrator Robin G. called Amos into a meeting where they terminated her and gave her the option of returning to her old previous position, which would amount to a demotion. Ames took the demotion, reducing her wages from $47.22 an hour. So she's making some pretty decent money. And yeah, they pretty much slashed her shit in half to $28.40. So yeah, they hit her over the head pretty good. They knocked her ass off about $20 an hour, man. God damn. So you know she's pissed at this lady right here, the so-called black lady, so-called gay, which her ass better repent. If she don't, she's gonna be destroyed. And all that American shit. These people believe in America, boy. Okay, it says her role as the PREA administrator was given to Alexander Stoshevich, whatever the fuck the name is, a 25-year-old gay man. So all the gay people just taking over the world, man. Hey, but this is the world that you're living in, and this lets you know the fall of a place, man, because it's there's no morals here no more. It's never been really, but it used to be somewhat of some. But no, that shit is out the window now. All your Christian white Jesus shit is through, and your world is being ran rampant by a bunch of goddamn brute beasts, basically. It says court documents state that the department discriminated against her when it denied her a promotion. The lawsuit was filed under the civil rights. Of course, they're gonna see now. You wanna, you need civil rights. Now just show you how these people are falling, man. Now you need civil rights. The landmark federal law banning workplace discrimination based on traits including race, sex, religion, and national origin. The trial court, 6th U.S. District, says appeals had previously ruled against Ames, but Supreme Court justices agreed to review an appellate ruling that upheld the dismissal. Oh, this is her. Okay, all right. I guess she making that kind of money. Hell, I guess she can hit the get some skincare products and things of that nature to keep her popping if she's a so-called white woman. You know what I'm saying? Because generally around 60, there's some decent looking so-called white women out here though. They don't age well, but I guess that was her though. I seen that picture when I Googled. I didn't think that was her though. All right. Well, anyway, hey, according to the law, those alleging workplace biases, because see now the so-called they've been hiring a lot more of the LGBTQ because they've been the ones that's been they're the only ones that benefited from Obama being president and the only ones that's benefiting from Biden being president. I say that all the time. They're the only ones that's benefiting from those Democratic presidential runs or whatever. Because with these past 2 decades or so, they have come up. The fucking LGBTQ has done taken over every goddamn workspace there is. And you better not say nothing. I be walking through Walmart like, God damn, y'all let these motherfuckers work here? Don't care how they look. You can't say nothing if you say anything to the way, I'm talking about big, stupid, grown-ass men in Walmart walking around looking crazy as hell. You ask, like I just be looking like, man, no, I don't need no help. I thank you for self-checkout. That's the best I can say. It's self-checkout. I can move around you motherfuckers, and I can move around the so-called black woman. I don't have to walk through no line and look at her screwed up ass face while she's checking out my items. Thank you for self-checkout. For real. But it says, according to the law, those alleging workplace biases have to show background circumstances, including that LGBTQ people made the decision affecting Ames or statistical evidence showing a pattern of discrimination against members of the majority group. The appeals court noted that Ames didn't provide any such circumstances. Well, she ain't gonna be able to work that out, I don't think. She is yet to provide such evidence and has asked the Supreme Court to allow her an extension to file a writ. Yeah, man, please. You might as well cut it out. Just know that your world is gone. And, this is a quick little lesson. I didn't want to, go too hard. So this was her. And you can see she's one of those white women, boy. She ain't having it. Look at her. She is probably pissed. She pissed. Because look, so-called black woman take your little shit. 3 so-called gay people done took your little shit. But anyway, hey, this is your country, man, but this is the fall of Esau, really. That's all that is. And I just wanted to just touch on that for a hot sec. So, quick little lesson. And we applaud these things, man. Now, we're not with no goddamn LGBTQ. We're praying for this place to go ahead and be destroyed. And you know, this is one of the ways that it will be. Because there's that super duper divide in this nation. First, yeah, let's get that real quick. There's this, and a nation can't stand that way. It just can't, man. There's too much division in this place. Matthew 12:25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See? Desolation, that's destruction. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So you're witnessing the fall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's wicked kingdom, man. And we say Yahushua too. You know, let me explain this real quick, because this is a 1611 King James Bible. If you were to get the original 1611 King James Bible, what you're going to see is right here, right, where it supposedly say Jesus. If you notice, that's a letter I, and it's not a letter J, because there was no letter J when the Lord walked the earth. The letter J was pretty much interchangeable with the letter I. The letter J came along in 1524, 500 years ago. But back, you know, that's why you'll see in the Greek, as far as like, say for instance, matter of fact, let me get this in, let's get it in the blue letter real quick. So see, like in the blue letter, see that was an original 1611 King James app right there. So it kind of spells out words the way that they originally were, which was, you know, there wouldn't have been no letter J. It would have just been the letter I. So let's go into that. Let me just explain that real quick, since you know, I seen that just by the Spirit. So Matthew 12:25, again, right? So now in this blue letter right here, it's just going to have the letter J, because this is the future tense of it, so to speak. But that's not the name of the Lord. The Lord's name is not Jesus. His name is Yahushua, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. So like I said again, in that 1611 King James app, and even if you buy a 1611 King James Bible, what you're going to see is it doesn't have J's in it. There's no letter J's in that 1611 King James Bible. You can get them from Borders. Well, it used to be able to, I don't even know. You don't see too many Borders bookstores anymore. Probably can order them off Amazon, or, you know, some Bible bookstores have them. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I first came in this truth, I ended up, I had to drive way to the east to grab one. Matter of fact, there was a bookstore, Bible bookstore, that had them, and I grabbed one. Not sure how much I spent on it. And also it's in Roman numerals too. So it will be, you know, if you're just coming into this truth, you know what I'm saying, you know, it wouldn't be the one to grab right off, because it'll be, you know, maybe a little bit confusing for you. Maybe you need a little bit more time into, you know, being into this truth and kind of, you know, reading it, because it's really in that, you know, that old English. And the chapters and verses are in, like I said again, Roman numerals. So if you don't know your Roman numerals that well, it would be kind of hard for you to navigate through it. But what I did do at one point, I remember Roman numerals, because you know, we had to take that shit in school. But you know, once it get up into the hundreds, and you know, look, I was a little bit rusty with it. So what I done was I downloaded an app from Play Store, you know, out of the, you know, your app store on your phone, and you can download a Roman numeral translator, so to speak. So you'll know exactly where you're thumbing through. And it takes a minute, but like I said, you know, if you're new to this truth, that wouldn't be something to really, really jump into like that. But anyway, let's see right here, Matthew 12:25, and Jesus, see, they have Jesus, but look, when you go into this is why I want to show you that if you go off into it, it's going to give you the letter I, see? They have I right here, Jesus, see? See right here?
Strong's G 2424. Jesus.
See right here that they have the letter I? This would have been a Greek transliteration though. But there was no letter J back then. So what you're seeing with this Jesus shit is they're trying to do a translation of his name, but they really can't do it. It's a transliteration. But if you go off into the actual name, you know, because it would be basically Joshua. See right here, Joshua. See right there where I got it highlighted, Joshua. So now check it out. If you go up into H3091, it's going to give you the Hebrew origin, which is the real name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai. So it's going to give you the Hebrew origin. See, they have Joshua. See that? But as you can see right here, in the Hebrew, it's spelling it out right in the Hebrew without these vowel points right here. See right here? See? If you take away those little dots and all that little shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to realize that the Hebrew language don't have no letter J, no letter E, no letter O, no letter U, no letter V. Those were added on. When you see these little dots, those small hats, those people that's calling themselves the holy people, they added these letters, or they added those sounds. They didn't need to do that because the Hebrew is just straight plain. It's Yahweh Shai. It's not Yeshua or Yahshua and all this other stuff that they try and give you, because those letters or those pronunciations didn't exist then. So I just wanted to explain that real quick. So Lakia, man, I mean, it's just, that's the spirit, man. Just moving in the spirit. When the spirit have you, doing something, don't just flow with the spirit, man. So we got that. Okay, this place is being matter of fact, let's get it in the NLT. Matthew 12:25. Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. See? And this place is on the brink of a civil war already. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. See? And that's, you're seeing America fall apart, and there's no coming back from it. These people can't get along and can't make a decision on a goddamn thing, man. Matter of fact, let's get that, what is it? Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? In the NLT, it says, can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? You can't, it's just not going to work. If one person is saying, no, I want this, and this other person is saying, I want that, then it's going to be a complete, that's within any household. If you're in your household, that's how divorces happen. That's how the house is split down the middle, pretty much. They got to divide every goddamn thing. They got to go to court. Who's going to get the dog? Who's going to get the kids? You know what I'm saying? How much money this person is going to get? Do they get alimony? It's just argument after argument. It carries out in court for whatever amount of time. Child support pops in. That's how, people are destroyed, man. People become bitter, hateful. And they continue to fight and be bickering until the children pretty much get of age and, kind of like move on with their lives, so to speak. And motherfuckers still hate them 20 years later. So this is the state of America. But I wanted to get this one, and we can end out here, Yahweh Ratazah. But this is the Apocrypha. This is why we say, get the 1611 King James Bible. Because the Apocrypha is in that 1611 King James Bible, man. You got so-called white people that actually took these books out of the Bible as if they have the actual authority to do so. And they don't. Right? They shouldn't have took these books out. But you know what? They it was all prophetic as well. But because they really took them out, because, it really explains the history of the real Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But get the 1611 King James Bible. These books are in that Bible. And then all of a sudden, these so-called white people just, oh, well, you know what? Those are not canon. Let's take those out. Who the fuck are they? Don't the scripture says to not add to or take away from the Bible? You're not supposed to take away or add to the scriptures, man. And these were so-called Christians, so-called white Christians, which are Edomites. They don't have nothing to do with the scriptures anyway, man. But anyway, let's get that, matter of fact, let's get that too then. We'll come back to this real quick. Psalms chapter 50. Let me see if that's it. Yep, Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. What you so-called white people doing with the Bible, man? Y'all don't believe in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They whitewashed everything, lied about everything, gave you white Jesus, which is a goddamn idol. And people really believe that there's that there's a white guy coming to save them, man. But I'm starting to see more and more in these stories, these comment boards. Hey, Jake going hard in here, man. The Israelites are really waking up. I be seeing all kinds of Israelites in these comment boards on some of these stories, and that are, I could tell that they're into this truth, because they be actually having the name Yahweh Shai, and that white Jesus is an idol, and think, be cutting into these so-called white people. So this word is going out real strong throughout the earth, man, and they can't stop it. That's really what's really happening to the planet. What's really happening to the planet, the men of the Lord, the prophets, are awakening, and they're going out and they're preaching gloom and doom on this place, man, and it's happening. Because this place is starting to go through the plagues of Egypt, man. Because this is modern day spiritual Egypt. But let me get that one that I wanted to get. We'll end out here. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, Ecclesiasticus 25:7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing. Here you go. You got the so-called white woman. She has been the crown of everything in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She has been the so-called white race, man. That so-called white woman with the blonde hair. Oh my. She has been in a position of complete royalty, and all of a sudden she's going to Supreme Court and fighting because she's being dethroned by some gay black woman. And a couple of other so-called gay, members of her. She done been there 30 years. And like I said again, when you look at this lady, she's not a bad looking lady. So just imagine when she was younger. Ain't no telling what she done to get there. She probably, done a couple things, a little something strange for some change when she was younger. You know what I'm saying? She done been there 30 years. I can see her, at age 30. She was probably a little hot, little something. Now your ass is out here being dethroned by somebody like this right here with a goddamn, a ball fade, goddamn flat top. Salakia, man. Oh, man, bro. Dude. This place is done, though, man. This place is done. And she ain't gonna be able to prove this shit. She might as well. But that's crazy, though, that I don't see how they could do something like that, as far as her job, as far as she was making the $47. And then she was in a position, and to demote her, unless she done something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she was, just horrible at her job, and she just, just done something wrong, she kept fucking up or something, maybe not, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But that's a real clip on your money there, boy. That's $20 an hour clip. And that's probably, like I said, she's making that decent little money. She's probably hitting the, probably out on the beach every weekend. She probably had a nice little, Esau be living good. But they got the fatness of the earth. $47 an hour, $50 an hour. Come on, bro. She's driving nice. She's living nice. She's going and hitting the salon. She was, keeping her, probably had the, the fly little pantsuits or whatever suits they wear, all that little shit, the top of the line shit. Now all of a sudden your ass being dethroned by the so-called black woman. And we know that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that, they're not going to say it. Of course they're not going to put it out there like, you know what I'm saying, we are replacing your ass with these people. They ain't going to admit to none of that stuff, man. But that shit's a wrap, man, for Esau, man. Esau's place, hey, this place is falling, for real. Because how long do you think the LGBTQ going to run the world, man? The Lord is not about to, you're not next in line to run shit. The Lord is about to destroy this place. That's why the scriptures talked about this is modern day, or just like the days of Lot. Modern day, spiritual Sodom, and spiritual Egypt. Because all those things was happening, at those times. See, America, that's what this place is Babylon the Great. And it's gonna be destroyed. Yeah, this chick pissed, man. Fucking Nick. I ain't no telling what she probably been saying. She's probably really more tight about the lady being a so-called black lady, though, really. But this is how far you fall. And when a woman like this here, your typical so-called white woman, ooh, when she falls off, things are through. Anyway, I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yashal and a Baba Ball.